Okay, so 2 a.m. in the morning where I am, and I'm filming a budget with me. I had sort of penciled this out previously. I don't know if you can see it, but I've found that the monthly budget thing just doesn't work for me. So I have actually tailored some stickers. It's got a bit of eraser dust on it. Those two. That will fit in with paycheck budgeting. So I've got the payday budget sticker here. I've got the outgoings here. I've got an allocation here, which is for where you move your money around depending on how many accounts you've got per paycheck sort of thing. I've got some extra little washi separator strips. I'm going to be using my regular transactions and my regular sinking funds. So even though this is per payday, it's set up to be done each and every month. So I don't know how this is going to work. If it does work, I will be putting these in my shop. I may need to tweak them. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So this is more for something that you would put in the beginning of your budget planner, not be using every month. So, or you might use it on the notes pages at the back, which actually might not be a bad idea. So I could put this I could put this here, and I could give monthly a whole page, and I could give quarterly half a page, and so I could put that, so I could do quarterly and yearly and do monthly over here. So I think that might be the go for this, because it's not something that I'm going to need every month, but I can refer to every month. So I think that's actually a good idea. I'm going to put the header on this side. Now, these headers should fit perfectly within the pages. My Eric Condren's been cut funny. But I think my notes pages were cut better. Slightly. Still a little bit crooked, but that gives you a better idea of how my stickers are supposed to cover up that part of the planner. Okay, so now we're going to do... Okay, so I might do quarterly first. Okay, so we've got quarterly done. And then we've got yearly, which I might put down here. No, I might put up a little bit more. So as you can see, these stickers they're 7 mil, so they're designed to go within those lines. So that's my outgoings for quarterly, yearly, and then I will put a monthly. I might white that out just because it's ugly. I might print myself another heading sticker. See how that goes. Since I can sort of easily do it for myself. Okay, so that is my outgoing sticker. I think while I'm doing per pay budgeting, I think this might actually be handy for anyone to have just a master list of regular payments. So yeah, I think this is going to work really well. Okay, so now we can go back to November. I'm going to do my payday budget here, I think. So I don't know if this will fit or not, but we shall see. As I said, some of my pages are cut crooked. It happens. And yeah, no, this one won't work. It's too high up. So I lose a line, which is sort of annoying, but we can live with it. Okay. So okay, so there's that. Now, the way this is going to work, this is so you can allocate sort of like a type or a number for each payday if you get paid various times throughout the month. I mean, it's not uncommon for people to have more than one job. And in Australia, we get paid weekly or fortnightly, very rarely monthly. So I think this might actually be a little bit more versatile for people that don't get paid once a month. That is going to need some space. So I got paid on the 31st of last month, which I'm actually going to count here. And then I will have 2 more paydays. So that will be my main income. And I might leave 3 more spaces. Maybe Etsy and then any additional stuff. Sometimes I do freelance IT stuff and whatever, and I get a little bit of money from that occasionally. It's not an all the time thing. So yeah, the freelance thing is because I like building computers, and funny thing about when you build computers for people, they expect you to manage their IT for the life of the computer. So, but that's okay. I don't mind it. It's a little bit of income every now and then. So I can put another thing here. So that's where I'm going to put my variable and fixed. I may be leaving a little bit more room than I need up in my pay section, but that's fine. And because a lot of Australians get paid weekly, I don't know, if you're living paycheck to paycheck or nearly living paycheck to paycheck, the whole monthly budget thing it's a little bit different here because we pay our rent weekly. We pay a lot of things weekly or monthly. It's a little bit different. So that can go at the end. I'm going to draw in some lines, I think. Actually, I might just use the included strips because that's what they're for. Shouldn't have paved that, but I did. So now I'm going to have to wing it. Do. Okay. Okay, there's that. So that works for that. I can put in, I won't get rid of that now because I'm using a friction pen. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the way this is going to work is at the end of the pay week or pay time, time section, it might be 2 weeks, it might be 1 week. Once you've tallied all your amounts, your expenses, whether it's plus or minus what you expected, you're going to be left with a remains number. Now that remains number gets carried over and added to the amount on the next week. So that's what that CO is. It's a carryover of the previous week's remains. So because we're sort of halfway in, I'm sort of just going to wing it the first week. It's actually 2 a.m. on the 2nd, so but I've already allocated a lot of my money because I actually mapped a lot of this out by hand. So I'm hoping that is enough for my variable and fixed. I should really go and have a look at October. I probably should have done that before I... See, the thing is I haven't really been... really working with my budget because it's just not, it just doesn't work. I'm having to work things out outside of what I put in my budget book, which is silly. I bought this to do my budgeting. So if my stickers don't fit, I've got to make my budget book work for me, not me work for my budget book. So okay. So because I'm splitting this up now, I'll have, okay, so what I'm going to do is, so I've got a monthly view. There it comes in handy having two planners. Okay. So I've got my November spread here to the side, which helps. Okay, and yeah, itchy. Okay, so got those, I've got that. So I will fill this out now. My fixed, where are we? October. Okay, so I might just... Okay, I can't put it there because it's got my address on it. But I can put it... Okay. Okay, so I can put it on... I haven't got anything there. It's only half a page. That's fine. Okay. So we've got... Okay, so I tallied up all the things that I'm going to have to put in. So a lot of this I'm not going to be able to show you on camera because it's actual figures of my finances, and I don't want that out in the world. So I can put this down on the bottom line. Well, actually, I should probably put in the categories first. So I'm going to put rent. So I'm going to put that down 3 times. Okay, so my rent was due on the 1st of the 11th, and it is due on the 15th of the 11th, and then it is due on the 29th. Okay, I'm not going to be putting the amount in there. Okay, so I'm going to put my insurances. So business insurance, health insurance. Okay, so my business insurance is usually due to come out around about the 5th. So I'm actually going to put it in there as the 5th. It might be a bit early, but I'd rather have it early than late. So the 5th of the 11th. My health insurance comes out right at the end of the month. So I'm going to put that in as the 28th. And if I need to change it later, I'm using an erasable pen. So a little bit of pencil from previously. Okay, so there's that. So Adobe comes out right. So I'm going to do 31 of the 10th and 30 of the 11th. Okay. So there's that. And there is Prime, Netflix, then I've got TubeBuddy, and I've got Buffer. Okay, so I think I've got dates for those written down. Maybe not. Okay. So the dates of those will actually be in the calendar view on October. So, oh, Etsy fees. I marked them here as twice a month, but I think they're only once a month. So that's variable. Put a big F there for fee. So this month I actually allocated $30 for that. I think it was 21 something, but I will. That's due on the 1st of the 11th. Okay, so I'll go back to the October month. I might just put it over there, that way I can just flip back and forward. No, that's not going to really work. It's better the way I had it. Okay, so Zip Pay is due after my payday. So that is and it's variable. If I buy anything else on it, then I change it around. But that is going to be 3. So that is $50 each. Estimated. I don't estimate me putting any more on my Zip Pay. So that is due the 1st of the 11th, the 15th of the 11th, and the 29th of the 11th. Okay. So that is that. What else do I have here? Oh, account keeping fees. So that fixed. So I'll put ACCF, ACCF, and that is on the 1st of the 11th, 1st of the 11th. That is $4. Okay, now my business insurance is that is $61.81. My health insurance is $101. Where is it? I haven't got the full amount here. Well, I'll add them in later. TubeBuddy is actually a variable expense. Okay. Why did I do that? Hitting the E. So I estimate for TubeBuddy $15. It varies because of the exchange rate, whereas Buffer doesn't. So DBCC is $43.99. Okay, Prime is $6.99. Netflix is $9.99. So it's already a little bit of a issue I'm finding with this. While the dates do work really well. I actually have to manually go through, so I might have to color code these. And that's fine. So do I have anything else that I've missed? Because I'm really worried about this coming off the page now, like not having enough space. So I've got zip bay, tube body, a WCC. I think that is all of my... I think I'm done. So I might just move buffer up. Yay for erasable pens. Buffer, and then I might just move one of these up. Okay, so we've got one of the 11th ACC fee, $4. Okay, see, these are for two different accounts. So, I need the dates for those other things. Okay, so TubeBuddy is on the 10th. Didn't put buffer in here. That's weird. Tenth of the 11th. Okay, so I'm going to do I think I've found a way to use this. So what I'm going to do, I might actually put it in here. Oh, that should be enough. So I don't... Okay, so I've got this bit of whatever leftover sticker paper, so that's fine. Okay, and I can always trim it off from where I don't need it. Okay, so I can cover up that. That's fine. Okay, and then I can put what do I want to call this? Pay periods. Okay, so one. Actually, what I might do there is I have numbers somewhere. Date dots. I've usually got them hanging around all the places. Let's see. Okay, I know I should have some on the back of here. Huh. Okay. There we go. Date dots. I actually might use... No. Screw it. Use the dots. I've actually got two there. Okay, so... 1, 2, and 3. because even though I might get paid more than this is going to be my definite pays. So that is the 31st through to the 13th. So 31st through to the 13th. The next one is the 14th through to the 27th. Yeah. 27th. And then we've got the 28th through to, here's the next. Oh, I've got things falling off. Yay! Okay. Yeah, 28th. Oh, God. 28th through to the 11th. Okay. So that means that anything that's due between those dates has to be paid for by my first pay period. That works well. Okay, so now I was going to do, what do I have here? I've got transactions, sinking funds, payday budget. Okay. It's a payday budget one. Allocations. That's what I wanted next, I believe. I think I'm missing one. Allocations. Oh, outgoings is in the back. Okay, yeah, I already did that. Okay, so allocations. Should have enough space to do this over here. If that is all of my that's everything for the month. I should have plenty of room over here. Maybe just, but it should do. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so we have allocations. Just checking that my audio is still working. Yes. God, this chair is noisy. It's one of those huge racing gaming chairs, and it's comfortable AF, but it creaks and cracks and makes all the noise. I've also got my air conditioner on because it's hot in here. Okay, so allocations. So we have for this we need, okay, the way this is going to work, yeah, see, I think I do need to adjust my fixed and variables to maybe just one list. Put them together, not separate them, and then I can put in a column of what account it comes out of, because that's definitely going to be a thing here. So I do have that information over here on this pad. So I'm going to mark this in. So I know I'm a little bit lopsided at the moment, but I'm sort of sitting sort of side onto the desk because I've got, if you guys only knew how crowded this room is, I filmed this in my actual bedroom. This is my craft desk. Right over there I have my computer desk, and then right in the corner I've got my bed, which is a double bed. And right to this side I've got my wardrobe, which is holding very few clothes, mostly bits and pieces and craft stuff. It's insane. So okay. So I stopped recording and hit record again because I didn't want it to cut out while I was doing this. So lift that. Put that over there. Okay, so for the 14th of November, I have the accounts. Okay, so I'm going to put personal here. Then I'm going to put LJJumble. I'm going to put my visa. Okay, so the things coming out of my personal are $4 account fees, same with LJJumble. Okay, so I have Etsy fees I allowed for $30. I know it's less than that now, but that's what I counted for. Where did the $15 come personal? I think that was buffer. I'll have to figure that out again. But I think I'm missing something here. That makes it look like it was 11. No. Oh, it was the 15 from TubeBuddy. Okay. Okay, so that's what that is. Okay, now coming out of my Visa account is $50 for the zip pay. Then I've got the $61.81, and then the $6.99, and then the $9.99 from Netflix. And I also have the Adobe, which is $43.99. Okay, so this is pay one. Now my totals for this, which I shall put this strip in here for my totals. I'm actually going to leave just another space there just in case. Okay, so that's totals. Okay, I'm going to get, it's going to annoy me if I leave it there. Okay, so we've got 0.0091. Here we've got 34, 34.00. Over here, I've added something since I last calculated, so that's plus 9998. Okay, so my math may be wrong. It's been a while since I've actually done math in my head. So if it's wrong, feel free to correct it in there. So this is how much I have to allocate or leave behind in my personal account that I have to and need to cover in my business account that's coming out between the pay period, and what's going to be coming out of my visa. Now, this will change, and hopefully my business account will be eventually self-sustaining. At the moment it's not, so I have to transfer money from there to there. So what I will do then is I'll maybe do personal visa, split that there, and then do my business sort of separate, but still within the same thing. So that's where my money needs to be moved for pay 1. So after that would be pay 2, and I will deal with that at a later date. So I'm actually really liking the way this works. This is how I budget every week, and before I started my business, I used to just do it because I had so few things that came out every month. But now, because I'm running the business, I've got a lot of subscriptions and things that are coming out all the time. I've got business insurance as well as my health insurance. I've got an Adobe Buffer TubeBuddy thing that comes out. And then yearly, I've also got hosting services and, password things, a whole slew of things that it's just getting a little bit hard for me to keep on top of. Just like the other day, last pay, a yearly thing came up and I wasn't expecting it. I had completely forgotten about it, and it ended up costing me $100 and something just taken out of my account, and I wasn't expecting it. So I was lucky that I had the money there, but it's getting to the point where my expenses are really, really close with my income. So I really got to keep on top of it now, especially because of the business. And that's what's sinking money at the moment. I'm throwing it, the business is costing me more money to run it than I'm making out of it at the moment. So I'm in the red on my business, but that's how most business startups work. So it hopefully will get better, and if it doesn't get better, then it's not a viable business and that will be the end. But that's the allocations. Now I need to do, see, that works really well apart from the fact that I don't know which account things are coming out of. So I think that's something I need to change. This is why I'm doing a dry run before I put it in my store. Okay, so got that. Okay, now my sinking funds is virtually nothing. It's electricity, health, the dog. But it should be more. So I'll figure that out next month. So we will do sinking funds. I hate that these don't fit because my Erin Condren is cut wonky. As you could see on the notes page, it fit perfectly apart from it's a little bit out, but yeah, there's a whole extra line. But as I said, that's the way it goes. Okay. I've actually got to get in the habit of really actually using my sinking funds, which, because of the unexpected outgoings at the end of last month, namely that 100 and something that came out for that yearly expense, I wasn't able to put into my sinking funds. So I'm behind on my sinking funds. So I'm just going to put that down there, and then I will put my transactions over here. Now, I did make some purchases already. So, mostly food. Because I'm going back on keto, I actually grabbed some of these. They keep me hydrated and replace my electrolytes when I'm going back onto keto, and they help with the keto flu. So, and I found that when I do cheat and then I go back onto keto, that if I load up on potassium and magnesium, I'm just a lot better. So hydration, potassium, magnesium, take my omega-3s. Just works better. Is that... See, and I think my transactions too also need an account. Tracker. Like, what account did these things come out of? So, I don't know. I'm going to have to fix that. So, I've got those in. I've got that. So, all I have to do is put in my pay amount. Not going to have anything there for this week because I'm starting off as if I'm starting from zero, where my payday budget is. My expenses, which will be any of my transactions that are on top of my allocated spending. So these, which is that, plus any transactions becomes my expenses. So what I do here is I'll put in what I've got at the moment. So I'll tally that up. So that is, oh God, more math. Okay. So we've got 172 plus 34. So that's 87, 602 plus 19. That's 78. So that would be 225.78. So 225.78. And then we've got plus or minus the transactions. And so that'll be in blue or red, and that'll determine whether I plus or minus it from that number. And then I take that combined number away from the amount, and then we've got the remains, and that will go down in here. next payday to be added to that. So I think this is good, but I think I need a thing where it shows the account. I think that's going to be important. Okay, so this is my experimental budget with me video. I know it's been a little bit long. Bear with me, I'm changing my system. The other one didn't work for me, and if it doesn't work, there's obviously a problem. So we'll try it this way for a few months and see how it works. Thanks for watching. If you did stick in this long, hit that like button. I would also love it if you subscribed, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.